Hello, hello. I want to talk about being a co-creator in your own reality. Hold on a second. I'm going to move this aside. You want to see some different stuff going on here. Hold on a second. I'm in my car. Anyway, I want to talk about being a co-creator in your own reality, right? This is what I hear a lot, and I'm not saying that I disagree with that. What I'm saying is, I'm careful in saying that myself because me being a true co-creator, I would not agree to something like COVID. It's not even about getting a vaccine or whatever. I don't get the vaccine. It's not even about that. Because I'm going to tell you something. The dreams could be what's really going on, a lot of the dreams. Some dreams to me, I feel like it's warning. And then some dreams are more real. I can tell the ones that seem more real than the ones that might be warning me about something. I don't feel like all dreams are like your real realities. Some people say that. I don't think that. I think some dreams are trying to warn me. Yeah, you want to be careful about what's going on in dreams and stuff because, like, say if you say you're not going to get the vaccine, but then something happened to you in a dream that seems so real, or some people call it vivid, and you probably got something in your dreams that feel like it was so real, you probably did get it, right? I'm not against. Listen. I'm not against whatever people choose to do either. You know what? I'm not into pointing no fingers at whatever somebody else chooses to do. Okay. But so my point is, it's just being a co-creator in your reality. Number one, this just came to me. You got to be able to control your dreams. You got to be able to control your dreams. You know why? Because if you don't get it, and I'm telling this to myself, it's not just you. When I say you, I'm talking to me too, because it just came to me. This just came to me. So I'm talking to me and saying you. You got to be able to control your dreams. The real stuff happens in your dreams. Although in my dreams, I don't see nothing about no COVID. In my dreams, I'm never wearing a face mask. Okay? But something else did happen in a dream that I don't care to discuss, and I have to get rid of that dream. You can control those dreams. People say your dream is a real world. Like, yeah, you can control it though. You can control it. It don't have to be real if you don't want it to be real. Control it. That's what I'm learning to do. Okay, but you know how some people say they might die in their dream and then they die in real life? Well, the physical world really isn't real life. The real life is actually the dream, and then it's taking time in your physical life for it to happen. It already probably happened, I guess, in what you call the spiritual or whatever. You know, it's something that was already happening, and then it's taking time in the physical to happen. So I would pay attention to those kind of things right there. And then you notice how you do different things with your life, different things with yourself, spiritual growth. You notice your dreams kind of change. It's not what it used to be. But yeah, being a co-creator. Many people talking about how you create your own reality. Well, if you create your own reality, and I'm not saying I disagree with that, but if you create your own reality, and you can have any life you want to, and you create your own reality, then you must have wanted COVID to be in that reality. You must have wanted COVID to be in that reality. You must have wanted a reality where you have to go stock up and get seeds. I don't have anything against seeds, but especially in the United States of America, but it's probably around the world because something happened with the rainwater. I'm honest, I don't keep up with a lot of stuff, but something happened where water was just contaminated on the whole planet, right? Water was just contaminated. And so when you have rain or drinking water or whatever, and you planting stuff outside, and I just heard somebody else say this too, but you planting your garden outside, especially in the United States, it has all kinds of whatever chemicals or whatever nano whatever that they have coming in the rain, and it's coming on it's coming down in the food that you planted. That's why I say I just can't make room for these entities, right? I can't make room for them. It's not saying it's easy to get rid of them, because really when you get rid of them, it's a state of mind. Getting rid of them is really a state of mind. not necessarily trying to fight somebody in the physical. It's a state of mind. Um, and I'm just gonna say this for myself: being content with dealing with with the reality where this kind of stuff goes on, is mental illness. That's the true mental illness, not just schizophrenia or not just whatever depression. That is a true mental illness, to feel like you have a good life, and I'm speaking about myself too. But I don't feel like I have a good life. But to feel like you have a good life amongst the COVIDs and the variants and all this stuff and the fake presidents, where you had so many different ones that got blue and brown eyes, according to other people who've seen it, because I don't pay attention to it. And I did say it. I don't pay attention to I've been knowing that before he became the president. I've been knowing about this stuff. So, I mean, it's been all over these kind of communities on YouTube that talk about these walk-ins, and I'm not a stranger to a walk-in. So I know about walk-ins, okay? So I don't tune into nothing. But you content with that kind of reality, even if you manifest your own life, you content with that kind of stuff going on, with these kind of entities being in control? And you say, well, I'll just plant my garden and stuff, and I'll just, stock up. And it's almost like you're admitting to yourself that they are the true ones that's in control, because you're saying, oh, well, I'm just going to get some. It's nothing wrong with a garden anyway. But if, it's talking about doing, especially in the United States of America, but really around the globe, but especially in the United States of America, you're talking about being more organic. That's pretty hard in the United States. The United States is close to about 100% synthetic, even if you call yourself planting your garden. It's pretty much you close to just being synthetic, no longer real, a GMO. And the only way to probably not be a GMO is to literally get into another level of consciousness. Okay, get into a different body. Other than that, in the physical, I'm sorry, you're synthetic in the United States of America. Except for certain places in the United States of America, there's absolutely no Wi-Fi at all. It's no Wi-Fi. They got internet, but no Wi-Fi. So that's interesting. We used to have the internet. It started off having internet, but it wasn't a such thing as Wi-Fi. And it's the area in the United States that's like that. Very country, nothing there, no Wi-Fi. So if you're trying to drive somewhere and figure out how to get there, there's no Wi-Fi. But I remember, I was born in the 70s, so I got to get off that dependency of some Wi-Fi anyway, because it was a time when I did not, I got places and I didn't need it, I drove way before the doggone Wi-Fi came out. Well, not way before. I drove in the 90s. That's when I got my license, in the 90s. I think that was before all this Wi-Fi, and I was able to get wherever I was going. So we got to get back to the atlas and learning how to read the atlas. I don't think I was good at an atlas, but my father was. When we used to go traveling, he used to read that atlas. And people need to get back to that. He didn't need a Wi-Fi. You know what I'm saying? But that's how we're becoming more AI every single day. The AI is the God. The AI is the God, and people who think they're human are really no longer human. They become pretty synthetic. And so they have the right bodies for the AI to take over, and I can speak from personal experience with that. That's what I've been dealing with. And me to not even be up on technology like that, and to not even be on Facebook and Instagram, and the things happen to me that still happen to me, that lets you know it's not even about being involved in all this stuff. Okay, and anyway. It's the metaverse. That's right. Metaverse. People are pulled into metaverse, don't realize they're pulled into the metaverse. They get your photos from wherever they can find your photos, but a big place is called Facebook. But I noticed they got Meta on Instagram too, and I'm barely on either one of those platforms at all. I don't read nothing over there. I don't read what you call those things, new stories from new posts or whatever. I don't look at none of that. I haven't really been on Facebook like that since 2013. I stopped looking at Facebook since 2013, but I still have a profile on. See, that's what I'm saying. It's not even about you participating. They pull your photos from wherever they can pull your photos. If you got some public photos somewhere, they can pull it. But one of the easiest places like Instagram, Facebook, that's some of the easiest places. But if you're on YouTube with your face showing, they can do that too. So, anyway, yeah. I said that because of the metaverse and the AIs. A lot of people don't know they're in the metaverse and been there for like the last couple of years, because I think because it just finally came out publicly in the last almost a year. If it came out publicly that people like, oh, the metaverse is. No, I think the metaverse has been going on since 2020. I think a lot of people's consciousness was pulled into the metaverse around that time. And don't realize it because everything seems to be the same. And when everything look the same and nothing, I notice food tastes different though. I'm like, why does food taste like something on the food? Like I'm eating this food and it don't taste right. Yeah, it was a lockdown for 2 weeks. And I remember that it was in 2020, it was a lockdown in the USA at least, for about 2 weeks or more. It was a little longer than 2 weeks. It was a lockdown, that first lockdown in the United States of America. And some states, open up whenever they wanted to, so whatever. I noticed when the restaurants open back up or whatever, the food just seemed to taste a little funny. I don't know why the food taste seemed, but now when I went to like the organic places though, their food didn't taste as funny. So that lets me know when I went to these restaurants, the reason why their food gets tasted. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I'm an occupational therapist, but I did drive Lyft on the side, Lyft. I did drive for Lyft on the side, even though I was an occupational therapist, because I didn't work in those facilities, no hospitals, no nursing homes around that time, because it was too chaotic around that time. So I did a lot of home health, and I was living in a place called Palm Desert, California. I just chose to just stick to home health, but I didn't get a lot of home health patients around that time. I wasn't getting a lot of work in home health, but I was doing home health. And so that's why I was doing Lyft on the side. And so let me tell you, the reason why some of this food in these restaurants just tastes like something was on it. Like, why this food don't taste like it's not real? Like, it tastes like they put some kind of chemical on it. And everything. I don't care if it was the meat. I don't care if it was the vegetables. It tastes like something was on it. But when I would go to more organic places and more private owned, like it's not a big franchise, it's more privately owned, where they really prepare their own food, I didn't taste that stuff. So that let me know that those food, like when you go to Applebee's and when you go to Taco Bell, those food come from warehouses. That's why I got to Lyft. When I drove Lyft, I would take people, when I went to some of the places some of these people would work, they would work in some of these warehouses where they process this food and send this food off to these restaurants like Applebee's, Chili's, Red Lobster, what else? And what else? In other places. So those kind of restaurants that get food from these warehouses, Burger King, McDonald's, I don't go there anyway. I stopped going to those places. Wendy's, most of them. Maybe Olive Garden, I don't know. But like the big restaurants though. I don't want to keep naming stuff. The big restaurants, they get their food from warehouses. And so that's why I noticed around that time, the food started tasting really funny. That let me know that something happened. Why is this food all of a sudden tasting funny? But so something was happening with the warehouses where it was some chemicals, I don't know, added to that food. I don't know what happened. Because it happened exactly after when the lockdown ended and the restaurants opened back up, and I noticed the food was tasting funny. So they was doing something with the food that come from those warehouses. But anyway, yeah, I was just saying that. And I do believe people will pull it into the metaverse. Even if you're not active on these social media accounts, they finding you from somewhere, and it's all like they're using your likeness, basically taking your soul and pulling it into a metaverse without your permission. But they don't care. I don't even get into these people are wrong or right. They don't care. I don't even try to put morals on them because they have none, period. Okay? And that's what I'm saying. Knowing all of this, I don't even get into I create my reality. You know, I don't say that much because I would not want, if I truly create my reality, if I'm truly in control of my reality, I would not choose one with a metaverse. I would not choose one with the COVID or the variants or whatever else, or all this stuff, capitalism. You know, all this stuff where they messing with the food on the shelves, and then you, even if you decide to get some seeds, they messing with the fucking water that comes from rain, where no matter where in the world you live, they messing with the doggone food that you try to grow. And even somebody in Kenya talked about that. That's just how bad it is. Right? I think it's more organic over there, way more than the United States, but they even talked about stuff like that over there. You know? And so if I was to truly create my reality, I would not create a reality where any of that is taking place. Right? I would not. So that just goes to show that most people are really not creating their reality. They might be doing stuff to manifest money. So they might say, hey, I need some money, or I want love in my life, or I want this house, I want this car, or I want my kids to be safe, I want my kids to be protected, or whatever, or I want whatever to be protected. So you're creating a reality based on the small things that you say you want, right? But I think it has to do with a limited thinking. I think a lot of that has to do with limited thinking, because people are creating their realities in a sense of you can get money when you want money. Whenever you think, just money just comes to you, right? A lot of people that say they create their reality, they talk about getting money. I get money, I create my reality because I get all this money. Okay, well then you're okay with COVID, then you like COVID then. Because if you truly create your reality and you got COVID in it, that means that that's what you want. Right? So you're not really creating your reality, you're just getting little things, manifesting little things in the reality that's pretty much already been created for you, but you are manifesting certain things within it. Somebody else, literally for the most part, for most people, somebody else or something else has already created your reality. You would not, most people, if they really was in charge and in control of their own reality, they would not be working. If you are working somewhere and you don't really like your job, you don't like what you do, but you feel like you just got to go to pay your bills, I'm just saying, you're not the one that's controlling your reality if you're not happy. Okay? Something else is controlling your reality. So that's basically all I want to say, is that when the people talking about you create your reality, I agree with that, but most people are not doing that though. Most people are allowing something or someone else to create their reality. Manifesting money is good. That lets you know that you do have the power to remove the stuff that you don't want in reality. Especially you can remove COVID. Because if you know how to manifest money like at the drop of a dime, then you can probably remove President Biden from your reality, because it's really a state of mind. It's a state of mind. And so a lot of stuff can be removed from your reality if you don't want them there. And the fact that they're there, it might not even be that you want it there. It's a lack of belief that you really believe you can remove it. It's a problem with belief. It's something going on with the limited type of thinking, to feel like this type of stuff has to be in your reality. And I'm not saying it's easy, because it takes working on yourself. Okay? But anyway, that's all I had to say, and I'll talk later.